Action on court. Philippe Chatrier now in the fourth set. Marat Safin, the former U.S. Open champion and number 2 seed here at Roland Garros, facing a very talented young Argentine. It seems like we're saying that a lot these days in men's tennis.
Sure are.
David Nalbandian.
Nalbandian.
Yes. A little dramatic emphasis there. Nalbandian at just 20 years of age. And was about to get steamrolled here until he bounced back to win the third set, but now Safin is up 3-love in the fourth.
There's Marat. He's up 3-love. 2 sets to 1, 3-love. He's got his arms in the air.
Well, as you might expect, especially in losing the third set, the racket started going.
Well, that I like, but you know, that body language that he gives off may tell his opponent that he's not quite sure of himself. He's struggling a bit with his back.
A lot of the World Team Cup in Dusseldorf because of a pinched nerve in his back.
I thought it was reprioritize his schedule.
Andre Agassi's withdrawal of a recent tournament. For that reason, I like that. At least he was honest.
Well, that's what he said. I saw him in the locker room before, and he said, I couldn't say after I won Rome I was hurt.
Right.
But we have to go on record. He's the first guy that's actually admitted that he wasn't hurt. If you're honest, your fine is cut in half, which is nice. And we first saw this guy, Ted, last year, or at least I did last year at the U.S. Open, when he first showed up on the scene, won a couple rounds there. There's Safin getting off the mark.
Nalbandian had a great junior career. He was the junior U.S. Open champion. 1998, beat Roger Federer. Runner-up here in 99 to his countryman, Guillermo Correa.
Correa is also out on the court right now, fighting it out with Ferrero, down 2 sets. And the Argentines, look at this, they got how many now? 2, 4, 6, 8 guys in the top 100. Nalbandian up to 32 in the world.
And a shot by the end of today's play. A chance to have as many as 5 men in the final 16 here.
I saw the king walking around, Guillermo Vilas. He's got to be proud and peed off at the same time. Remember me? That looked a little wide. Oh, he missed it.
Nalbandian. Safin men,
That's just careless. That's all you can say. He heard a couple people whistling that his previous shot was out, but no excuse for missing that.
So now we'll see if there's any carryover. Safin in command of the set still at 3-1, serving.
By the way, we should mention that Guillermo Vilas won the French 25 years ago in 1977.
And on the grounds here this week, Vilas said he believes that one of this generation of Argentines, like Nalbandian, will win a Grand Slam. And he said, I believe it will happen here next week. Highest ranked Argentine is Cañas, Guillermo Cañas.
Well, Cañas is an incredible competitor. He was cramping yesterday against Moya and still pulled it out. This guy, Gaston Gaudio, who won today in the round of 16, beat Arazi, is a tough customer all of a sudden. He's won some clay court events. Hitting the big time. Safin, he's got that look to him. You wouldn't know. If you just turn on the TV, you think the guy's about to go out. He's had a pretty good year, all in all. The finals of Australia, he's seeded 2 here.
How did he lose the finals in Australia?
Well, I think probably overconfident and was hot. And he didn't realize how great a chance he had. He wasted his opportunity. flail right there. Now, having said that, Thomas Johansson, who I never would have thought would have won one, nor do I think he'll win another, did play the match of his life.
Right. He took advantage.
He played really well, really well.
And that was almost one of those dangerous ones where virtually everyone had Safin penciled in for the championship before the match ever started.
Still, he was a runner-up, and he's just a couple weeks ago was runner-up in Hamburg, on clay.
Best run here for Safin was the quarters 2 years ago.
That's a big backhand right there. Stepping in Nalbandian with a couple break points. Positively Agassi-like. On the rise. That'll make Safin shake his head. Speaking of champions, Ted, I'm so out of it here. Do you know who won the 7th game in hockey, the Red Wings Avalanche?
You're not going to believe it. I do know. This is what we do here in Paris, ladies and gentlemen. We try to find out all the other scores that are going on. But Detroit won.
That's something else.
7-0.
7-0? Unbelievable.
Sorry for all you Avalanche fans, but yes, that was our reaction when we heard the score too. You got to be kidding me.
Well, that's a team of Hall of Famers. My friend Chris Chelios is unbelievable. This guy.
Well, he's going to play for the Cup.
The guy's 40. He's the Agassi of the hockey.
Maybe he'll have a Ray Bourque-like.
He better bring that cup out to Malibu in New York in the summer. Now, he's not quitting, okay? He's going to keep going. Oh, there's a giveaway.
Wow, Safin just, again, you can see the beginnings of what has happened in the past to Harm hit. Still up in the 4th. So now back on serve in the 4th set. Nalbandian in the white shirt serving. A country that's had some problems, some turmoil. Perhaps tennis can give them some reason to be unified here in this springtime. 12 Argentines in the draw for the men. 5, as we speak, are still alive. Five American women have advanced to the round of 16 here.
Nalbandian has won his first title earlier in the clay court season. Estoril. Beat a guy by the name of Juan Carlos Ferrero, among others.
Would you rate Kirt and Ferrero 1-2 on clay right now?
Yes, although Ferrero, they're both questionable. Kieran had the hip surgery and Ferrero sprained his ankle badly. He looked to be finishing off this youngster, Guillermo Correa, but he's still out in the court. You wonder how close to 100% he can get back to by the second week. That's got to disgust Marat there, though, because he hit about one of the biggest forehands you'll ever see on a tennis court. This one had Nalbandian in all types of trouble. He did well just to get it back, but this here, oh, took the shovel out and just bottom of the net. That could have been 2 break points. He's letting Nalbandian back in this.
John Hewitt is #1, Safin #2. Seedings here are not done by clay. They're done off the year-round ranks. So Kirt and Ferrero, who are maybe the best 2 players, are down. Give me your chance, Safin. Can he play with Kieran Ferrero here?
I think he can play with
Hewitt
potentially. Hewitt is not quite as comfortable on clay as Safin, but mentally he's a little tougher.
Nalbandian saving a break point.
And he's such a great athlete, a physical specimen, this guy Safin at 6'3", 6'4". If he can learn to volley, he's going to make it even easier for himself. And that's very solid right there. The question is can he do it consistently? He goes through these ups and downs like we've seen already in this set. Can he do it consistently? That's where the top guys get to him, especially in a tournament, in a best-of-5 event, like the French.
Another chance here to break.
He came in on the wrong shot there. The previous forehand was the one where he had him totally off balance, but this time he was the one off balance. You're not going to win too many points against clay court players when you hit volleys like that. Changes that grip. It's an easy winner.
So suddenly Nalbandian has a little hope here. See it growing very slightly. And he may give it back ever so slightly. Another break point.
These conditions definitely suit Safin. A big hitter.
You've already been on the court.
It's hot. The ball's moving through the a lot faster. The court is much drier. It's totally different conditions than it was the first couple days. There's the racket toss.
The whistles and jeers, but anyone following tennis should be used to that.
They are used to it. They're just egging them on.
Safin has a new coach again.
Now who?
Marc Rosset. Tall Swiss player. Mats Wilander, who had been working with Safin, is recovering from his own injuries now.
That's he had knee surgery a few months ago. But Mats was always going to be a short-term thing, I think, because Mats has 4 children of his own. And these guys need guys that are out on the road the whole year, not 6, 8, 10 weeks. This doesn't cut it for the players. They want to be have a coach available 30, 35, 40 weeks a year. That's tough for 4 kids.
Roset's not visible right now. He actually, Rosset tried to qualify. He played the qualifiers here at the first round. I think as long as he was here with Safin, he might as well take a shot.
So was this like a 10-day contract?
After saving a slew of break points, Nalbandian now with a chance to close the game out, finally.
Roset's hair is going to turn gray in a hurry.
Well, I was going to say, I don't think any coach is going to be with Safin a long time, do you? So Nalbandian pulls himself out of a possible hole and holds for 3-all. Marat Safin thought he might have had this one under control up 2 sets. Then after dropping the third, he was out quick at 3-love here. Only to see David Nalbandian come back to level the set at 3-all. These guys might see each other again. Russia hosts Argentina in the Davis Cup semifinals in September.
I know one surface it won't be on. And it's this one. Safin's an extremely bright young guy. Speaks a number of languages, got an excellent sense of humor. I'd like to think someone could garner his talents. I mean, he's gotten better, Ted. I mean, he's won a major title. He's been in a final. He's threatened a number of other times. This guy potentially could be the #1 player.
You know what it sounds like? Sounds like a marriage waiting for Brad Gilbert.
Believe me, Gilbert's called him a number of times. Safin's got the cell phone off still. Don't encourage him, Ted.
All of a sudden, Safin going from thinking about finishing to making sure he doesn't drop this set. 3-all, 15-30.
He's just let another one go. And like you said, he's in real danger now. He's should have been off the court by now.
You know, it's the difference, John. I guess in experience, we saw Agassi take a young player like Nalbandian earlier today and teach him a lesson. And Safin's let Nalbandian survive here, hang around.
There's outright power there. The other thing is you don't want to be out in the court any longer than you have to. You want to save as much energy as possible for those last couple matches. Well, he's got a pretty good looking draw. And the Arnaud Di Pasquale in the round of 16. That's not an expected opponent. Grosjean will be his probable quarterfinal match. Grosjean is still fighting it out with Spadia.
How about 2 French wild cards have made the men's round of 16? Di Pasquale. Now Nalbandian has the break in the 4th. A warm, beautiful Saturday afternoon in Paris. Perhaps bordering on a little too warm on the Terre Battue. Red clay courts here, and David Nalbandian, 20-year-old Argentinian, is now thinking, I can take this big guy to the 5th set.
There's the guy who thinks it's too warm. I can tell you from experience. It gets hot out there, you lose your temper a little faster. Safin's got to make a run now. Not let this set slip away. Boy, what a get. Well deserved by Nalbandian.
He's really starting to feel like he's got Safin on the road. Four straight games for Nalbandian.
That's even more aggravating because it's clearly a point he should have won, but he ran an awful lot after he should have won, after the point should have been over. That's why he missed that return and still recovering. Now, my question to you is it David Nalbandian or David?
I think I've gone for the Americanized
So am I.
version.
I want to know what they call him down in Buenos Aires. Oh, I think it is David. David. An old buddy of mine, Gabriel Marcus, coaching Nalbandian and I believe Mariano Zabaleta. It's a pretty good
Is he from
double
Argentina?
he's got. He's from Argentina. He's the Darren Cahill of the South America. You know, about 10 knee operations. Just happy to be still touring. The type of guy you want around that knows what it's like. Got to the top 15 or 20 in the world.
Zabaleta's followed up his semi-final appearance at the U.S. Open last year, quarterfinal appearance, excuse me, with a round of 16 here.
Zabaleta's got a great shot, too, because he plays Correia, who played a titanic 5-set match. Here's Safin, though, still in the game.
Now it's Nalbandian thinking he had 2 points for 5-3.
He's thinking, I wish I had a bigger serve right now.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Safin is not moving like a guy who's got a bad back.
He sure isn't. They're making him work for it. I don't think David even thought that volley there was going to go over. And that hesitation cost him. Another one.
Oh, Safin looking skyward. He can't believe it. It was 40-15, and now he's broken for even.
You have brain locks on this surface more than any other one, and Nalbandian just handed that break back.
Why is that? Why on this surface more than any other?
One reason is that you have more time to think about it. You know, that your mind plays some ugly tricks on you. And fatigue. When you're fatigued, you make more careless and some bad decisions.
Well, David Nalbandian was at 4-3, 40-15. Pretty much thinking.
But he was also down 3-love.
Right. But he comes back
Look
to
at
that
the bright
point, he's
side.
thinking, I'm going to the 5th set. Now it's up for grabs again at 4-all.
Safin's another player like Agassi who can take the ball early, like he did in that backhand, create angles, use a lot of spin or hit it flat. And you can picture what it would be like for a smaller player, Sampras, who's 6'1", if he's feeling fatigued, or why it's so important for Agassi to be fresh when he plays Safin. He'd be tough to beat if you're feeling a little heavy-legged. That's the chance you take. If you kick a serve out wide, your body naturally goes to the left side, which opens the door for your opponent. Just hit a return right back up the line. Nalbandian looking for an out mark.
Nalbandian's done a good job of keeping himself under control. He was defaulted from a tournament earlier this year for verbal abuse of a linesman.
No.
First time I can remember that happening.
Why are you looking at me that way?
Lost all the ranking points, lost the money. Plus was fined. It was in the in a tournament in Chile.
Whoa. It's not going to make Safin too happy. Right back at him.
How do you think Safin overall, his movement, change of directions, how do you think that is?
For a guy his size, it's excellent. I mean, he is a world-class athlete. Excellent. Now, having said that, for him, it's tougher to get down low. If he's up at net, you want to keep it low. And even off the ground, hit some balls, slice some balls to him, force him to get down. He doesn't really want to come in there. So that the ball was short. He was sort of forced to, but you could tell he was not feeling too good about it. Now Nalbandian with another chance to serve for the set now.
Well, a short while ago, these folks thought they were going to see yet another straight set win on a day when they've been plentiful here at Paris.
That's a weapon that Safin has that an Nalbandian doesn't have, to be able to get himself out of trouble. Hit a big serve. Taste of his own medicine.
Oh, how pretty is that?
Avantage Safin.
Nalbandian has been working the drop shot last couple games. Safin showing some nice touch there. Key to that is disguise. One too many.
Well, Safin has just rebounded beautifully. Take an opportunity from Nalbandian.
Merci.
David Nalbandian hoping to prolong this match. Tomorrow, 3 Eastern. We're with you. The entire ladies round of 16 to be played. We'll see Venus Williams and Jennifer Capriati in action. Also, the 3-time men's champ, Gustavo Kuerten. All tomorrow at 3 Eastern on NBC.
It's Safin then coming in on the serve.
And what a set. Starts out 3-love Safin. Then Nalbandian wins 4 straight games and is at 40-15 for a 5th straight game. Now you flip around a minute later and Safin's 3 points away from winning.
And he's coming in on Nalbandian's serve. That's the only time he's done that.
Kenza.
Safin's already played 1 5-setter here. He needed 5 sets to knock off Olivier Rochus in the second round.
35.
This would be big for him if he could finish this in 4. As he's played a 4-setter, a 5-setter. This has already been a tough 4-set match.
Faute.
Late out call. Di Pasquale a surprise as he would be his next opponent. Then things would get significantly tougher. Either Grosjean or Malisse, and then on to a guy by the name of Agassi. You may have heard of him, or Ferrero, presumably. Safin using the drop shot to good effect. Nalbandian losing his footing on this dry clay court surface. Now, being from Argentina, where there's tons of red clay courts, he should know better than anyone that you're going to occasionally slip and slide out there. I suppose doesn't make it any easier to swallow the fact that he dropped that point and now only 2 points away from losing. That's a whole big backhand. Well, here it is. So, surprise, surprise.
The young man who seemed so confident moments ago is pushed to the corner. Match point. Safin.
A little tight there, maybe a lot tight. You're taught as a kid, don't let the ball play you. Go after the ball. That ball kicked up. Safin played that very defensively.
I love how matches can change so dramatically, so quickly here.
That's because you're a commentator. We're the players, we don't like it.
You're right.
Nalbandian misses an easy ball. Safin, another chance to put this thing away. One measly, stinking point. Tell Clement that, who had an easy forehand to beat Correia yesterday. Couldn't pull it off.
I keep thinking, you say 1 point, I think immediately Michael Russell. Last year, match point with
against
Guga. Safin lets a second one go.
Égalité.
Not heard much from Michael Russell since here last year. He did get straight into this draw and lost in the first round.
It's back to the drawing board. He's going to have to pull a Vince Spadia because most of his points are coming from here. How do you like that?
Oh, what touch the last 3-4 games by Safin.
Nalbandian hit a desperate passing shot there, which was pretty darn good. Number 3.
And it finally ends with Safin's opponent slamming the racket down. And the number 2 seed, Marat Safin, is through to the round of 16. Boy, that's some comeback. He was staring straight at a 5th set. He never would have wanted to play. So Marat Safin is through. We'll come back to wrap up this spectacular Saturday in Paris right after this.